And you mentioned
Amawbia.
Right. So Amawbia, even seemingly being greater than what Awka was at the time. So can you talk about Amawbia, because you mentioned it many times in your book, and it seems to have played a very big part in the formation of basically your character and life.
Well, actually, before the war, Amawbia was the only town you can mention between Enugu and Onitsha on the Trunk A road existing then, Enugu to Onitsha. If you take off from Enugu in Onitsha in those days, the only motor park again on the road is Amawbia. Then after Amawbia, the only other motor park is Enugu. So those were the civilizations at the time. So Amawbia was a town known. Amawbia was where the Hausa community were based. They were living all over Amawbia. Amawbia was a place that the headquarters of everything government in those days. For example, the district officer, the DO, he was living in Amawbia. His office was in Amawbia. The police station was in Amawbia. The high court was in Amawbia. The prisons, that is still called Awka prisons, was and is still in Amawbia. Everything you can think about government was in Amawbia before the war. But ironically, and I can't understand it, all these things were being called Awka. They were calling the government area Awka something, Awka government something. But everything was in Amawbia. So, and there is this story, not verified, but I've heard it, that what caused it was that when the missionaries arrived in Amawbia around the year 1905 or thereabout, that the first set of British people, either missionaries or government officials, who came to Amawbia, they arrived, they saw an Amawbia man carrying corn on his head that he had just harvested from his farm. And in Amawbia, we have one of the villages called Ngene. And we also always say that Ngene people, they are not wise. We joke, we mock them. We call them Ngenivye, meaning that they are not too bright. So these white people, as the story had it, they made Ngene man carrying Awka maize on his head. And they asked him, what is the name of this town? And the man thought they were referring to the Awka on his head. And the man told them, Awka. They registered it, sent telegram back home that they had arrived at a town called Awka. That was how the Ngene man now gave us a way to become Awka instead of Amawbia. And that is stuck up to today. So, then when the war started, everybody ran away. Now in Amawbia, you have many arterial routes branching off from Amawbia to around Amawbia Motor Park. One road goes to Ekulobia, to Olo, onwards to Port Harcourt. That was the only road in those days that could link you from Enugu to Port Harcourt. When you drive from Enugu to Amawbia, you branch off, go through Olo, Owerri, and then to Port Harcourt. Then another road branched off, almost opposite that one, going to Enugu Agede and other locations. Another road branched off. There are many arterial routes at that place. So when the Hausa people now, the Hausa soldiers came when we had left, they quartered themselves in that place where there was civilization. And they stationed themselves there. But then the Biafran forces were now attacking them from this road, from that road, from that road, from that road. They found themselves sort of in an ambush. So they relocated to Awka. In Awka, there aren't any arterial routes that you can attack them from. So they now abandoned Amobia and we relocated to Awka. So by the time the war ended, when we came back, Amobia had become a desolate place, a forest, everything cleared, nothing, no house, nothing. And that was how business activities and everything now moved over to Awka ever since. So that is the story so far.
Yeah.